Hey, what's up, you guys? Shartimus Prime here, doing another Marvel Legends toy review on Marvel Legends Ronin. This is the Ronin figure that came in the 2-pack with the Hasbro Elektra figure. So this here is a Hasbro Marvel Legend, and I actually consider this to be one of the better Hasbro Marvel Legends, in my opinion, anyway. I was actually when I first saw pictures of this thing, I thought it looked really cool, and then once I actually got him, I thought he was even cooler. So. Um, I think he's pretty badass. He has a lot of decent amount of accessories. He comes with 2 katana blades, a pair of nunchucks, and a removable head. So let's get to that stuff first, and then I'll get into the other stuff. Um, Here's one of the katana blades, which is pretty cool. It's got nice shiny silvery finish, kind of like a bronze gold piece right here at this hand guard, and this is actually very well detailed. I mean, especially for a Hasbro, but it's black going down the handle, and there's these very small rivets going down, so it looks like it was like taped up. Like if you take your fingernail and you slide it across, you could hear like a scratchy sound from you rubbing your fingernail against it. There's these tiny ass little gold diamonds going across. Then again, gold at the very butt of the handle right there too. So I'm very impressed with that. I thought that was very cool, very slick. Same thing with here on the other one. Unfortunately, on this one, my handle got bent. I forgot how I did that, but I fucked that up somehow. I forgot how. And then he comes with these nunchucks that are pretty cool. Black handles and then silver up at the top. I think that's pretty neat. And it's just, this little string. It's tied to both sides. So that's cool. And he comes with the Clint Barton head, which is funny looking. Now, I've been noticing a pattern. I don't know if you could see this, but he's looking up. A lot of the Hasbro Legends lately have had the characters looking up, and it kind of makes them look stupid. It's kind of weird, but they look stupid. They just, it's kind of funny. I mean, sure, like the shape of the face is kind of like, I don't know, like dumbass look. Like he kind of reminds me of like a dumb football jock type of dude, typical high school football jock kind of character. But the fact that he's kind of looking up makes him look a little dumber to me. I don't know. I don't know how they're doing this, and they're doing it with a lot of the female characters too. It makes him just look dumb. Doesn't he look or dead? It looks like he got his head cut off or some shit. All right, so you could pop, the ninja mask off right here, which is very cool. But I'll get into more detail, and then just, slide this on right here. Now, unfortunately, see, because it looks a little funny to me, like he's hunching. Like, I don't know, there's something wrong with it. But it looks like he's kind of hunching a little bit. It's weird. Now, I'm very disappointed that, like like the Toy Biz Deadpool, with the removable head there, the way that thing works is that you take the head off, and then there's also a joint, like a neck joint, that moves up and down, So what these guys have done is they've given us just a ball joint. So it doesn't allow for a whole lot of posability in the head, I mean, it moves side to side just fine, but it doesn't really move back and forth really well. So that's a little disappointing. So I don't know. I just think he's kind of ogreish looking. I've heard that comment before, you know what I mean? There's quite a few reviews on this figure. But this is a video request, and plus, I think since there's, I've been talking a lot about Hasbro lately, I figure I might as well, show a bright side to Hasbro, or what I think is one of the brighter sides of Hasbro's Legends. Anyway, the paint job is very cool on this thing. I really like it. First off, the face, he's got this, like, this is all one flat color, this gray, or I don't know what to call it. It's kind of like it's almost blue, blackish, bluish gray. It's hard for me to describe. But I like the facial expression. He looks angry, and he's got this, like, kind of yellowish gold, line going around here, which is very neat. I like that. There's this, like, fine texturing, like, on this part of the head that's different than the actual other side of the gold thing. I don't know if you can tell here. I'll point it with this katana, but see, like, from here, it's kind of got a different texture than it does right here. It's kind of neat. I like it. And then I'm really a big fan of, like, this shiny finish right here on the pads, like on his guards and everything, like right here. This shiny green, very cool stuff. I don't know, it just makes the figures stick out a lot. I don't know. It's not wicked paint detailing, but it's cool. And it's green and it's got this yellow trim. So this yellow trim looks very nice on these shiny green parts. I think that's very cool. Wherever there's this like blackish, grayish, bluish color, which I really still don't know what to call, um, it doesn't have any paint detailing on it whatsoever. Actually, there's no paint detailing on any of the figure at all. But for some reason, it still looks cool to me. And I guess because of the variations in the different colors, it just sticks out like that. So, like this black, right? Like his, what do they call it, a gi? Like his, if it's a gi, I don't know. I'm not gonna try to talk like I know shit. But you know, this black part doesn't have any kind of shading whatsoever, and the yellow, very very plasticky, kind of waxy kind of look to it. Is just a solid yellow, aside from it kind of fading through and the black part kind of coming up. But you know, you could tell that they clearly painted yellow over the black. And then yeah, so, and then same thing even with these shiny parts. It doesn't really have any detailing on there, but it's shiny and it looks cool. So I don't know, overall I'm just impressed with the way it looks. Like when you take all these different pieces, it has all these different parts. It looks cool. I wonder if you could ever take this thing off. I'm never gonna try it, but I like how they have the wrinkles and the gi. I think that's very tight. I think that looks good. And yeah, you can see the green finished stuff underneath. Okay, so the articulation, the head moves back a little bit, but not so much. Like I said earlier. Ah, son of a bitch. See, and it'll tend to pop off a little easier if you try really hard. And he's got a shoulder joint up here. Okay, then a bicep joint. So single shoulder joint, ball shoulder joint, double jointed elbows, which is good. He has a wrist joint that moves side to side, and it moves up and down like this. Okay, and it's cool that they made this thing flip up so that it's not so limited. And his hands, unfortunately, just have these wank holes right here. So you can't really, he doesn't have. It would be cool to have articulated, fingers. That would have been pretty sick. But he holds his weapons, so I guess it's all good. But if you ever wanted to give him a gun, which he usually doesn't do, but if you wanted to give him his bow and arrow there, because recently in the comics, Hawkeye got his bow back. If you wanted to give him his bow, you're gonna have a hard time doing it, and that blows. So it would be cool if you could, take this off, put the Clint Barton head on, and then give him a bow. That would look pretty sick. But no, you can't do that because the fucking fingers are not articulated. See? All right, that's the reason why we want articulated fingers, or I do anyway. Okay, he has a waist joint underneath. So you can't really see that, but the whole legs are moving right there. And he does have a torso joint that, shit's hard to tell, man, because that this gi thing, but it's there. You split this open. I don't want to fuck with this too much, but there is a torso joint in there that you can move back and forth there. You can see how he's crouching like that. All right, so the gi does prevent some of the posability, but it's all available. So ball joint for the upper legs right there. Thigh rotates. Double jointed knees. Cool how they put the piece on top right there so it doesn't fuck with anything. He doesn't have a calf joint, but his ankle moves side to side and does move up and down. And he does have hole pegs at the bottom, which are always good to have. I think that should be mandatory on all figures. So you could easily put his nunchuck inside his hand like that. That works out well. And like you saw earlier, the katanas fit perfectly inside there also. So yeah, that's my review on the Marvel Legends Ronin figure. Hope you guys liked it, and if you have any other requests, leave it up on my profile page. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.